And then I like walked in. I'm like, hey, I'm you guys' friends now. And so I'm walking to class, like my dorky self with glasses. And Alan Johnson, I'm just gonna say it. Chris raised his hand. He's like, I'll do it. I fell in love right away. We were deprived of like boys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This one is now going to be part 3 of my Through the Years stories. It's a story time, but it's a lot like more uncut, more of a chit chat with you guys. This one is going to be about middle school. If you haven't seen my other 2 ones, if you're wanting to better understand my timeline, go back and check those first. Or if you're just here for a good time, you're here for a good time. We are here for our childhood stories with my best friend Olivia.
Hi.
Figured she needed to help me fill in the gaps.
Oh yeah.
Because we met in middle school. We kind of knew of each other, but like and our friendship happened eventually in middle school. And I do talk more about how our friendship was because it was a rocky start. That's in a separate video, but I'll link that down below because I think it's actually pretty funny because she didn't really like me that much.
For some reason.
And we'll touch about it on a little bit here, but jumping into it, so I would say middle school is hard. Middle school is the worst years of my life. That might be a little dramatic, but it felt like your world was crashing down on you when anything happened. And still, we went to a private school. I talked about that before. So I feel like your typical bullies aren't really going to be physical ones because you get expelled immediately. Mm-hmm. There was people who were mean, but I think they were a lot more insecure, where I don't think, sometimes they were mean to your face or mean behind your back. Other times I think they just kind of ignored you, like they were just rude and impolite. Like they were wrapped up in themselves. So starting off with, again, like I have everything down here, you guys know, like I always keep my notes. So I started off with a terrible friend group. It was 2 other girls. It wasn't Olivia's. Olivia had a friend group with 2 other girls. Yeah. And the person that I was really connected to with her friend group was our mutual... our pathological friend, okay? I did a video on that. Our
mutual ex-friend.
Yeah, our mutual ex-friend. Yeah. But she's like a pathological liar in my video, if you go see. I think I ended up having more beef with her than you at the end. Yeah. I don't know, but I feel like you mourn the friendship a lot more than I do. Yeah. So I won't get too harsh on her. But anyway, so I knew that girl because she lived closer to me. So, you know, she and I would have play dates on and off, but we weren't in friend groups. The friend group that I had at the time, that kind of all fell apart because I remember there was, you know, one girl was a little bit more aggressive, and then the other girl really cared about being popular. In fact, in high school, do you know the girl I'm talking about? She ended up joining that other big group of girls, and now that she just really wanted cooler friends. Like when she graduated, I think she stopped talking to Green Hill people and she changed her name. Right. I think she went by maybe her middle name. So that was the group. I was really unhappy there. So finally we had like a huge falling out. Probably a lot of it was heated by me because I was also immature and petty too. Because I kind of talk about it. I was going through a transition where I was getting like an angrier person because my home life wasn't the best. Then I come over to our pathological friend and I say, hey, I lost my friend group. Can I now be a part of yours? She, of course, is put on the spot. She says yes. And then we had like a break time or like a lunch. And then I like walked in. I'm like, hey, I'm you guys' friends now. That's kind of how it went. Yeah. Like I was pretty abrupt. And then I said like, so what are we going to do? Because with my old friend group, I make them, this is probably why they didn't like me. I made them play lion tag. And people would laugh about that because it was crawling on the ground like a lion, tagging people. Really messes up your knees. And I remember like that group of girls that came up to me.
And your social status.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah. I remember girls came up to me and they said like, roar for me, Lesley, roar. Like, so mean. I'm thinking, I'm just trying to mind my own business, be a lion, and you're ruining this. So y'all weren't, I think you played lion tag. A little bit. Like 20 minutes and that was it. You're like, I am done. Like, this is humiliating. Yeah. So you were not about that. At that time, I had glasses on, later to have braces. My glasses, like, I looked so bad. And I didn't know how to keep track of take care of my hair. So it was like do you remember how bad it was? It was frizzy. It was gross. But you, on the other hand, you had dyed hair.
Later on in middle school, yeah.
Okay, but I remember it was cool because not everybody was allowed to dye their hair, and you got to in middle school.
Yeah,
like,
and I
was
bleached
cool.
it a lot and like had like the under bit bleach and yeah.
No, that was cool. And then, did you get your belly? Your belly ring came in high school, though,
Yeah.
right? Okay, but you were like all into that and stuff, and you were still into. You loved like Queen.
Yeah.
You loved the oldies. You still do, but like that was your style. Like
Yeah.
you wore like the band shirts and stuff.
Yeah. Kind of like definitely not emo, but not quite, like kind of hippie, kind of emo, like I don't know, a little bohemian style.
And she took Chinese. You took French in the beginning. Chinese wasn't an option. So we were in French, but I think we were different French classes.
Yeah.
But we were in band together. And that was a joke for me.
For her.
So you started with the clarinet, but you knew because if you did the clarinet, you were allowed to do the saxophone.
Yeah.
And you stayed with it all the way through.
Yeah.
I did the trombone. It was 2 years was mandatory, so I did it for 3 years. So I was pretty proud of myself. Like I tried it, I hated it, I quit. I was pretty bad at the trombone. But we'd see each other in band. We didn't sit next to each other because we were like grouped. So I feel like our worlds like intertwined quite a bit. We did projects together.
Yeah.
I've talked about already before to them, like you weren't a big fan of doing projects with me. But in middle school, did you feel hot? It's not even a key word. I'm just, because I realized like I wrote down like you were telling me like I was saying like, oh my God, we're so hot. Like I acted like we were the hottest shiz.
Yeah, and the entire time I thought you were joking. But it's like she actually believed it.
I did. Like, I thought I was really
It's
hot.
like, no,
and that's
we're
why I
not.
couldn't understand. Like, one time I asked a boy, and he said no, that I asked him why. Because I thought I was hot. And I think it's because, I don't know why.
I mean, it's great to think you're hot.
I thought we were all
but-
hot, though.
I definitely wasn't as confident as Lesley was as far as assuming that I was.
Yeah, but it makes it,
hot
I
shit.
think I was more, like, delusional. Because obviously, 8th grade I had a good year, though, with, like, my looks. But
Yeah.
I thought we were hot. One time, like, a teacher grabbed my face. It was, like, the weirdest thing. And she's like, are you wearing makeup? And I said, oh, like, no. And she goes, Like, she kept examining my face. She's like, you look very pretty today. Or, like, something was weird. Like, yeah. And, like, I think even, like, my neighbor, I mean, I hope my neighbor doesn't watch this. She, like, said something to my mom. And I was like, wow, like, Lesley's gone prettier. Like she was definitely, like, saying, like, I was, like, a mud puppy before. I didn't see it. I remember I was one of the first people in the grade to get a double ear piercing. Like, can you not, like, that's hot. So, it's pretty bad. I'm bummed about that.
I think by, like, 8th grade, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm hot. I see it.
You saw it?
Yeah,
That's good.
By the end of middle school, yeah.
I felt really confident in 8th grade, and then my confidence went down freshman year of high school. But I think I wasn't comparing myself more to, like, more developed girls.
Yeah.
They had, like, a lot more years on me.
Yeah,
being
totally.
there. So, yeah, 8th grade. Oh, my gosh. Okay, you brought this up to talk about. I don't remember this, but I think I was really insecure because I wasn't developed at all. And I got wind that, well, I probably just did a little peep show, and I saw Olivia wears, like, sports bras in middle school.
Yeah. And, like, it was 7th grade, okay?
7th grade, okay.
Yeah. It was like gym class, you know, you all changed together and stuff. And I remember so clearly, like, like taking
Were we
off my
friends
shirt.
then?
Yeah, we were friends.
Friends, okay.
And I was just changing and, like, going,
Watching you.
yeah, like, getting back. You have
Probably.
boobies under there.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So I was, like, wearing a sports bra, like, which definitely flattened my chest, but I just, like, it was comfortable. I didn't care. I just, like, was wearing them. It helps me be, like, sporty 24/7.
I'm sporty spice. That's what I'm saying. Okay, sorry, go on.
And then I remember, like, changing my shirt, and then Lesley just, like, kind of just, like, focusing on me. She's like, yeah. Like, why are you wearing that sports bra? It's just, like, you have boobs. You should wear a normal bra. Like, you should, like, like, she got so frustrated with me. And I was like, Lesley, stop. And she like kept pestering me about it. Oh my god.
See, I don't even remember this.
Yeah.
But it was probably just because I wanted boobs so badly, I couldn't imagine somebody taking that for granted.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Me just staring at everybody stares at everybody's boobs.
Yeah.
You know? That's why I joined swimming. No, I'm just kidding. That's not why. So, and then I'm going to make this really negative now, just because I kind of want to get it over with, because I love how lighthearted this video is, but like for people to understand my timeline. What happened in middle school is my health was pretty good. I remember after getting the medication I need, I grew like inches, like right away. My brother ended up having a seizure, but he wasn't born epileptic. It was because of the scar tissue from the brain surgery. So that was pretty scary. My dad was kicked out of the house. Thank God. And then he got a new house. And then I remember something that kind of upset me. Like, he would love to take us to the horse racing track. Oh, yeah. And the best day with him, from like what I recalled at that age, was when I was old enough to stay at home. And he would just be gone all day, and I'd play my Sims, and that was just the best thing ever. But he wasn't like on the regular unpleasant to be around, but I was always kind of scared of him. And he and my brother fought, so it was kind of nice to just have him removed from the house. So there was that. And then, but there were like still other things that we'd kind of not fight over, but I kind of talked in my last video how I'd get triggered, how he'd always call me selfish. That's like, and I told him like, that's like the one word like I can't stand to hear. Like it's weird to say like I have a trigger word, but I do, because it's like my dad would call me that. And this is like some of the things that would happen was, I think when people call me selfish, do you remember me always needing validation from you? To like build me back up when people like said things like that to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have moments in my life where I am selfish, or people are gonna just like be in a mood where they're gonna tell me I am.
Yeah, right.
But there would be times like, I remember we were picking out my furniture and for my room, and there was like furniture A was funkier looking, it was nice and cheap, and I wanted furniture A. But we also looked at furniture B. It was really nice, but it's way more like twice as much, and it just wasn't really funky. So I was like, no, like I'm perfectly fine with this cheap furniture. Like that's the one I want. And I was so excited. I come back the next weekend. It's the furniture B, the expensive one. And so I wasn't rude, but my face was disappointed. And my voice, like I couldn't be that enthusiastic because I was thrown off guard. Like I thought I was walking into that. And so I didn't say much. And then right away, like I got like this huge lecture about how selfish I was. Ugh. And it was always things like that. And I'm thinking I never could win when I was trying my best, because I loved pleasing people to be the best daughter. And I still never matched up to it. Like I was somehow a disappointment. Jeez. And so that's really what got me. But then after like a huge messy divorce, again, probably for a tell-all book, my dad then completely stopped seeing me and my brother in 2006. I think my brother stopped seeing him maybe a year or like 6 months before that. Things fizzled out because he canceled visitation, which he fought so hard for, because he wanted sole custody. Really just to like throw it in my mom's face. It was like a game for him. So he lives really close to me. I don't see him. I never run into him. I don't know what's going on with that. So there's that sad story time.
Lesley.
Life is hard for me. So whatever.
You just had to be so annoying because of your.
I know. He like damaged me in all the wrong places.
Sometimes when you're here, I can't feel no doubt, 'cause you keep me where the stars are bound. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter, 'cause I feel so free now. It doesn't
then moving back to something positive, yet still to me, ew, Olivia got her first kiss, and you call it, like, you act like it doesn't, like, it wasn't your first kiss, because it was on a dare, like, spin the bottle, or was it a dare?
It was just truth or dare.
And who dared? Was it?
It was probably one of our friends.
Dared you? Or was he like, I dare you to kiss me?
No, it wasn't that. I think it was like one of the other friends was like, I dare you to kiss.
Didn't she know, like, she was, like, giving up your lip virginity?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Just to use you as for entertainment for that split second.
Yeah.
But,
and I wasn't like...
this guy, we have mixed opinions, I think, about him. Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of him, but I think it's because I think he was dealing with, I know I always talk about this, his own insecurities. Sometimes he was mean, okay? And I think he really enjoyed riling people up.
Yeah,
like,
he
I
was
think
very
that
dramatic.
was his, yeah, very
like
dramatic.
Like somebody else I know.
Well, two dramatic people can't be in the same room. so you guys kissed. It was just a peck,
okay,
but wasn't it?
Yeah, yes. It was, but also, like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, do I want this to be my first kiss? And then...
It has to be, though. It's like...
And then he was like, oh, for goodness sakes. And then, like, came at me and kissed me. So, like, my first kiss was not consensual. And I think back to that now, and I'm like, dang.
That's why you make it unofficial.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I would make that unofficial.
Because I didn't have any agency. Like, I wasn't going to do it. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was
that I think you can make unofficial.
It was
I thought you were just like, I'm going to just say it doesn't happen, because I'm thinking, no, you own up to this embarrassment.
No,
you kissed him.
Yeah. He definitely kissed me. And
I forgot about that. Okay. I wasn't really thinking it like that. Wow, I thought that was going to be a funny transition for everybody, but that was sad. But luckily, I mean, I don't think we had any too much forcefulness from any like that in middle school. Like,
yeah,
it was like that maybe. Oh, here's a funny thing. Yeah. So I think people kind of knew that I was weird from the get-go. Like, I was pretty suspicious and stuff in middle school. Like, people always knew I felt like I was up to something. Like just jumping to high school before I forget. There was somebody who made, like, a Facebook account or something that was, like, Gossip Girl. And I always felt like people thought that was me. Because it seemed like something I would do.
Yeah.
So, Olivia's friend, she was my friend, too. I just don't talk to her as much. I think you stay in contact with her. She had a crush on this boy. And you and her were always after school. So, you guys were leaving, like, notes and, like... Didn't you guys rip apart a teddy bear and leave, like... the arm of a teddy bear one day, then the head of it the second day.
God.
It's probably pretty creepy, but you guys thought it was more like, hee. And he was cool with it, but he was always wondering, like, who did it? And so I'm walking to class, like, my dorky self with glasses, and Alan Johnson, I'm just going to say it. He has an online presence, so he'd be fine with me saying this. Alan Johnson, he's like, who did this? And I'm walking by, like, and he goes, was it you? And I remember, like, you and, I don't get why we can't say her name, but, like, okay, you and your friend were like, didn't you see it happen? And you guys were, like, laughing your butts off. Because, of course, I get accused because I'm, like, I think you guys were also more shy. Yeah. So it just seemed like such a bold move.
So something she would do compared to us. Like,
yeah.
From the outside point of view.
And I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Don't I not know? Because I think I'm genuinely, like, like, I'm so confused. I don't know. So I walk out there, but yeah, it was you guys all along. Didn't you tell him?
You know, I don't know. We didn't tell him at the time at all. And do you know about the video? So this guy and all of his friends got so...
Oh, they put a camera
they got so into it. They're like, oh my god, who is this? And we would, like, walk down the hallway and see them, like, huddled around this one guy's locker, like, and talking about it, like, oh my god, who is it, blah blah blah. And we would walk by, like, be like, tee, like, I don't even know. And then we happened to see, like, I think I happened to see it. I was walking by and I saw them, like, all huddled around, like, putting in a video camera that they're on the, like, top shelf where all the notes were put, and to, like, film and try to catch who was doing it. I was like, oh my god, they put a camera in there. Like, this is getting so out of hand. What are we gonna do? Can we put a note in there without them seeing? And
it's like, if you put a note in there, you gotta take the camera. Like, keep it.
Oh yeah, we should just
crash the camera.
Stolen the camera.
Did you wear a mask and keep doing it, or what
No,
did you do?
I think we like, so they put the camera on the top shelf of the locker, and so we like stayed below it, then opened it, then like slid it in there.
Imagine that when they
closed
see
it.
the footage, like they know, like
Oh,
then the
my
perk, like
God.
think about it, like they're like, oh my god, who was watching us do this?
Oh yeah. Do they know?
I don't know.
I really want to tell
I haven't
them now.
seen them.
Because we're like, I don't know, we're like, not really friends with them, but
We
but
always felt
could-
like we should have been.
Yeah.
Though. Like their were equivalent of coolness was like they weren't cool, but because they were weird, I think with guys it's more appreciated
Yeah.
that the popular girls were like, ooh, we like them, but they were really cute, like that whole group.
Yeah.
But I remember we were so frustrated because we were deprived of like boys, and we were so mad because we were like, they should have been friends with us, you know?
Yeah.
We were pretty mad about that.
Yeah, I
Oh
want
my
to tell
gosh.
them.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We should like tell them right now.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
do you
have his
want to
number.
like text them?
Oh my god.
Here, wait, you text it, and then like we'll continue filming and see if
Oh god.
yeah, if they say anything. I think.
Okay. I
What'd
said.
you Hey, I have a funny story to tell you about middle school. Okay, that's good.
A little intriguing, but yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he'll block your number and not accept your friend request.
Yeah.
So I still hadn't had my first kiss. Pretty bummed about that. When we had I felt like we had opportunity too because it was bar mitzvah season. That's like the middle school highlight.
So fun.
If you go to a private school, you might have a good chance of having a lot of Jewish people.
You say it like that.
You're like half Jewish, so I can say that. Private school life, like we had like DJs, we had the coolest downtown locations. I remember there would be like, not so much face painting, I don't think anyone did that, but there was like a tattoo thing where people could get like fake tattoos here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And remember it was a big deal, like you had to like never repeat a bar mitzvah dress. And I remember being so self-conscious in so many of the dresses, and I was so flat at the time. Not, you know me, I'm like busty now, but it was so hard. Like I would be crying in the dressing room, like I need to look hot because all these other girls were starting to develop,
Yeah.
so that was hard. But I mean, overall it was fun because we really liked dancing, but there were slow dances. Do you remember who you first slow danced with?
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of the guys in our friend group.
Ooh.
Yes.
Do you remember who mine was?
No.
It was Levi. Do you remember Levi? He
Wait,
left.
Yeah.
His like
Okay,
dad, I think, founded with some other like Green Hill Parents Hotels.com or something. I think he was part of that.
Really?
And then he moved to Hawaii.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so should have been with him. And then I remember that gave me the confidence to start asking guys. I started asking guys I don't want to say way out of my league, but way more popular than me. I remember I was dancing with Griffin.
I do remember. Oh,
Do you remember
my
that Griffin
God.
C was so hot? We're slow dancing, and I'm like looking so dweebish. And then I remember he goes, "I like your glasses," like obviously like making fun of me. And I was like, "Thanks."
But he was always like, he was one of like the popular guys, but he was always nice. Like he would kind of joke.
I don't think he meant
At
it in a
people-
malicious way. I think he was just
Yeah.
trolling me in like a way we kind of mess with each other, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I didn't cry after that or anything.
Yeah. So it's like maybe he was
Who
kind of
knows?
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I think if I was sad about it and he knew like saw this video, he'd be like, "Oh, now I feel a little bummed. Like I acted like that."
Right.
Like no hate against him, but I just remember it's like nothing to talk about. I was like, I like your glasses, and I'm thinking nobody likes my glasses. Like I hate my glasses. I don't even know why I bought these, but yeah. So that was a fun time. And then Fergalicious was really big. Like that was the song.
Yeah.
And we had one of our best friends named Matthew. He was all like, remember?
go
And he would
crazy
know
with
the
that
whole
song.
dance. And it was so cool because like he was our designated slow dance buddy. And then we had another guy friend who was.
yeah.
He was always like, and he knew all the words. And
Oh my
like,
god.
Yeah. So
And
that was fun.
and smack that. I remember. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
so into that.
How
song.
was that edited? Was it literally saying smack that?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. But you know, yeah. Wow. Okay.
So
And
good.
then, oh my God, I have this written down. Sorry, then I read that and I was like, that's too dramatic and excited. And just,
I kind of like ghost.
okay. Olivia wants to go soon, so we're going to speed this up. Even though this is a lot
offense.
more fun. Okay, so AIM was a big deal. That started in middle school, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
oh,
fifth grade. Fifth grade,
man.
baby.
That was when you could be as lame as possible and talk to the coolest person ever.
It was amazing.
I love that. And then I remember I talked to Nick H.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him out. He said no. He said I wasn't his type. Then I started feeling like, is it because I'm not developed? One time I wore a shirt you could see through. Then I was trying to tell him because I thought that he'd like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I don't want to hear any more about this.
To your face?
No, on AIM.
Oh, my.
Like, stop talking. Then, do you remember like the way messages?
Yeah.
I remember I always like had all these ones like I hit a wall, now I'm dead. Like it was like the lamest
Oh my
ones.
god, yeah.
Oh no. The best was Olivia's username. So I had mine. I don't want to bring it up because I still kind of like use my email. Olivia, do you still use that? Can I talk about it?
I don't use it. It exists.
Okay, yeah. Email Olivia at hangoutgirl.
Oh god.
That was so embarrassing. I remember when you told me that, and I was thinking, this doesn't make any sense. Olivia's so cool, and you're telling me the most lamest name ever. And then I found out Olivia was really embarrassed by it, and your mom made it for you.
Yeah. She's like, she was making me this like AIM account. She's like, oh yeah, you can come and change the username later. Let's just put like Hangout Girl, for example.
Of course it wasn't taken, because nobody wants that username.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then you
yeah,
can't change it.
I never changed.
I don't think you can change it. You have to make a whole new one.
Yeah.
And then I made one that was punky blonde. And everybody was like, you're not blonde. And I'm thinking, just because I have brown hair doesn't mean I'm not blonde. Like,
But you're a punk for sure.
yeah, then they would call me dirty blonde, and I like flipped out. Like, I hated that term. And then there was this boy in 7th grade that I really liked. And 7th grade was like the worst year. Middle school. To me, it was like I was the most embarrassing. Oh god. It's like
Okay,
so bad.
but 7th grade was my favorite year because that was the year that I really started liking Lesley.
That was 6th grade.
No,
7th grade?
Yeah, 7th grade. I felt like the magic really started happening.
Did we do swimming together
We
in
laughed
7th grade?
a whole lot, and
Yeah, 7th grade we were in swimming.
yeah.
You
I
hated
hated
it.
swimming, but
You hated it, and I didn't understand why.
yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
I have fond memories of 7th grade just because we like really became like besties.
We did. We were so close. Yeah. Oh my god. Because yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, so there was this boy I liked, and 7th grade French was hard because Olivia was in Chinese then, and I had no friends in French class. I remember one time the teacher rearranged like the tables in a certain way, and then this girl, she was sitting by me, and it was just like we were in a cluster of desks, and she got up and left. And so then the teacher had to do a rearranging, and she was like, "Why are you moving Lesley?" And she said, "Because it's not nice to leave people by themselves." And everybody like knew in the class that I had no one to sit with. Like I was literally like sitting by myself. I hated it. So then it came time to like, who's gonna be my partner? Nobody wanted to be my partner. So this Chris kid, I'm just gonna say it, because I talked about him in my diary and I did a video on that. Chris raised his hand. He's like, "I'll do it." I fell in love right away. We started talking. I was like, "Oh my god, we have so much in common." Like,
Chris was a super fun person to have as a friend, like,
and a crush on. Like, oh my god, I think he now has a mustache or something. But I was so in love with him. Like, oh my god,
she was obsessed.
I was obsessed with him. And so he had to give me his phone number, and I'm pretty sure that was just for the school project. But I abused that, and I'd be like, "Hey," and if he didn't respond right away, I would be like, "Is something wrong?"
Are you mad at me?
You mad at me? Like, what's going on? And so we would text and stuff, but he'd respond. And then I made him a card for his birthday. And then I got really embarrassed that I made you guys sign it.
I was so embarrassed. I was embarrassed to be your friend at that point.
Yeah, that was really embarrassing. He goes to leave, and I go, "Wait."
Oh my god.
Happy birthday. I have this homemade card for you.
with her dorky friends' signatures.
I didn't even talk to you guys. So I'm sitting in my carpool just like holding this card. I'm thinking, oh god, I hope he doesn't tell anyone I made him a card. Which he did. Then I texted him. This is the boy that I texted. I said, "Do you want to be my boyfriend?" or something like
You
that.
texted him that?
I texted him that. And he said, "No." And I said, why? That was the person I asked
Oh
why.
my God.
And then he put, because that's why. And I'm thinking, that doesn't help me at all because I'm hot stuff. Like, then
Wow.
we get to school the next day and he's surrounded by all his friends and they're talking. And
my
we just
God.
knew what they were talking about. I
Ugh.
remember, yeah.
God.
It was I'm like embarrassed all over again. It
I
was
know.
so humiliating. And then in 8th grade, I finally had a boy who
Oh,
liked
yeah.
me.
Well, okay, this is all coming back to me. Like, I remember being so mad at him, like, disappointed
Wait,
in
with
him.
who, Chris?
Yeah, because of him being, like, rude about it and, like, not thinking how you might be feeling when, like, him and all his friends are talking about the next day. Like, I remember being so mad, like, just be like, oh my God, you're definitely not as cool as I thought you were. Like, you're a jerk.
Yeah.
Well-
I mean, it was a low moment for him.
Yeah.
A lower moment for me. That was like, yeah, so that was hard. And then, but 8th grade, I found a boy who liked me. We never ended up kissing. He got his phone taken away. He went to another school. And so that was kind of like all weird. Because then I was thinking, are we still dating? And 6 months went by of him not texting me. And I'd be like, we're still dating.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
We would always, like, scoff at you.
Yeah, and I was like, I have a boyfriend now. Like, I'm like making moves. And then I remember later on we connected the dots because he was adopted, and then we realized the pediatrician that I talked about in the last video who didn't diagnose me or my brother correctly was his mom. It's like so convoluted, so weird. And it's kind of awkward too because my mom like sent her like a scathing letter. So it never would have worked out. He's like engaged now.
Whoa.
I know. I mean, he actually started texting me before he met her, like after I think it was after college, to hang out. And I don't think it was like that because he was very much into like just actually genuinely hanging out. He had a lot more facial hair.
He was really nice.
He was really nice.
Yeah.
But I can't remember where my mind was at. I think maybe I was just too lazy to hang out with him. And now I don't know if, the one who got away.
Yeah.
No, wait, that wouldn't have worked because my mom said his
yeah,
mom was
yeah.
scathing letter. Never mind. But then you had your first boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I did not know how to feel about that. That was like, do you remember that? That was like a
we didn't start dating in middle school.
Oh.
It
Then I
was
guess
de-
I'm
it
going to
was
say that for the next
developing.
video.
It was developing for like 2 years in middle school, but we didn't start dating until
She
later.
always had a thing for this guy. So I guess you're going to have
Yeah.
to watch the high school video to learn about that.
Ooh.
Freshman year fling.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we're almost done. What?
It's too long.
Okay, fine.
Oh,
I'm going to continue on with this.
I want to go
We-
dancing.
Okay, real quick then. We both got our periods. It was a positive experience. It's because before we were filming this, before we were filming this, Olivia was like, oh, we should make sure it's like a positive story of the periods. Just because there's a lot of negative stuff around periods, like embarrassment, but, everybody, like, even if you were the first to get it or the last to get it, by the end of the day, everybody's gonna get it. Into that 24
gonna get
hours,
ya.
it's gonna get you. So
And it's wonderful.
And a lot of guys, I think girls get embarrassed like for guys to know, but I think all guys start to become aware that happens.
Yeah.
Like you'll be surprised about how cool guys are with it. So don't be embarrassed. My younger 2% of you that watch me who are younger than 18. And then lastly, we had football games, but I didn't really enjoy them that much. And I was telling Olivia that I didn't understand what homecoming was at all. So, like the Friday night football.
Well, your viewers might not know what it is either.
Oh, yeah, some of y'all are not from around here. So,
That's so bad.
homecoming is like the last home game in football, American football. And that's when everybody comes, like the whole school. You even got, I mean, it's like usually the high schoolers are a little bit more involved, but middle school was. Lesley Rowland childhood stories.
Oh, I forgot that, yeah. School is hard. Or middle school is hard sometimes.
Yeah, middle school is the worst years of my life. Asterisks. That, what were we talking about now? Oh,
Homecoming.
football, yeah. So Friday night, there's like that football game. Then there's the homecoming game. And I just didn't know what that was, that I wore the colors green and gold
Wait.
on Thursday. And I was decked out. Yeah, there's a picture of me right here. It's been in some of my videos.
Staring at
It's,
us.
yeah, it's like
Oh my
us
God.
three watching you. Yeah, and I was like decked out like to the point where I was wearing like beads, like green and gold beads.
Oh my God.
And then there's this kid named Garrett that used to go to our school, and he, I remember was like, "Oh, that's cool that you're all decked out. So what are you gonna wear for tomorrow?" And I was like, "Well, what day's tomorrow?" And he's like, "Homecoming." I'm like, "I don't know what that means." He said, "Green and gold day," and I said, "Oh." More, yeah. I said, I don't know. I have other green and gold stuff saved for tomorrow.
Because usually, like, every day of the week is, like, a themed day. Like, pajama day is Monday, and, like, twin day is Tuesday. And so Thursday was some day, but
Yeah.
it wasn't, like, our colors day. Like, it wasn't green and gold day. Friday was green and gold day.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
Middle school was the worst years of my life. Middle school's hard. Yeah, so I hope that helped you guys maybe feel a little bit better about your middle school is hard life. But it's also kind of unique because, you know, we went to a private school, so, and we probably went to a different school than you, so it's all different experience.
Good
Relatable.
And it was still hard, I guess. Is that where you're
Yeah, it was still, yeah, because I think people kind of assume that there's this different social environment with like a prep school, private school, but I think by the end, like, we share a lot of the same stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry this is a little bit, no, I'm not sorry this is long. This was a good video. This
Heck
was
yeah.
my therapy. So we're going to actually go off and hang out with some Green Hillians.
Woo!
Sounds so dorky, private prep school. Green Hillians. And we're also late, but
By
we're
like
going to have
an hour.
Okay, well,
Wait,
we
have
usually
to-
are pretty late.
But I
Yeah.
told them that I had to do something and then no.
They don't watch my videos.
Well, I don't want
Nobody supports me, not even her.
That's true.
So, nobody watches these lame videos I put out. But yeah, so leave a comment about your middle school is hard experience, and maybe we'll see you, and no, I will see you, maybe Olivia will see you, in the next video. Subscribe to join the fam bam. Bam, 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 bam. I need to not do that every time.
God.
Love you. Mean it. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, gosh.